going on, everyone? We have to cover Bitcoin here because we had the Federal Reserve yesterday lower the interest rates by 25 basis points, and we actually seen stocks in crypto going down. So this could have always happened from the beginning, but I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about what I think is about to happen next. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But one of the biggest things that's going on right now, obviously, was the interest rate hike. So now we're going to start seeing them printing money into the system as time starts to go on. So going into January and February, we might actually see something like that happen, or maybe sometime later into 2026. Probably going to be later into 2026, but it's going to eventually happen, and then money will eventually flow into like stocks and crypto. But I think for the most part, 2026 is probably going to be bearish until we start to see the results of their money printing. So it's going to take some time. So there's a possibility that we could still be in somewhat of a relief rally, right? Saying that we can break past this rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern. But me personally, I think that we're going to continue to trade down. I don't think that this rising wedge is going to invalidate itself and become bullish. I think that we're actually going to continue to have a downtrend, but I could be wrong. Right? But here we have it. We have the daily chart with the percent R trend exhaustion showing the short-term trend breaking out and the long-term trend just going sideways here. That's always a bad signal, because when that short-term trend comes back down, the price comes down with it. So unless this long-term trend starts to break out now on Bitcoin on the daily chart, then we're going to end up seeing a dump coming here soon. So we don't want to see it continue like this. So it's going to take some time, but I think that we might actually, have that pullback, because it's looking a little bit weak there. It's looking a little bit weak. And on the weekly chart, when you look at the percent R trend exhaustion, let's go over there. You can see we're kind of breaking through here. We're trying to curve upwards and continue, but I have a feeling that we might not break through and we might continue down a little bit more. So there is a possibility of that happening as well. Now, let's say that does happen. One of the things that we also have is this is the MACD. It's showing the buying pressure or the selling pressure inside of Bitcoin, right? And whenever it turns the lightly shaded red like that, that means it's typically starting to lean towards the buying pressure, like it's going towards the buying pressure. So that's why I said there's still a possibility that we can get more of a relief rally, and we can start seeing it pumping here on the weekly chart. So there is a possibility that could happen. But one of the other reasons why I'm looking at that and like, I think it might continue to be bearish, because we've seen things in the past where we've had that selling pressure, and then we thought that we were getting buying pressure coming in, but then more selling pressure just comes in, right? So that's one of the other things as well. Now, we also have the 4-hour over here showing the short-term trend is kind of bouncing, well, not necessarily bouncing down here yet, but it is on its way down. And then we have the long-term trend kind of slowly curving downwards here. There is a possibility here again of another, pump coming in from this percent R trend exhaustion. The short-term trend could just have a random pump upwards here, and then it would send the long-term trend up as well. So if that happens, then it would be bullish, and then we could continue to push up here. But if this support that we're kind of at right now breaks, then we could see a continuation downwards. And the reason why I say that, if you could look over here, we had support here. So this is actually technically a support area, right? If we just put this line here, then it kind of sums it up a little bit better, because you can see the support clear as day there, clear as day here, and here as well, and then where we are right now. So probably had it a few times back here. Yep, we had the support way back here at the end, and probably had some other areas too. So yeah, but like I was saying, if this is broken and we continue down to the bottom area of this rising wedge, and then we proceed to break this area on the rising wedge, then that's when we know, it's going to continue to be bearish. But I do think that we are going to continue to sell off. A lot of people might not agree with me, but I think that's more likely to be the case than a random pump, right? I think people are so bullish right now because we had the interest rates lowered that people are actually willing to bet against the market going down. I think that's how a lot of people are looking at it right now. But I'm looking at it from a purely technical point. Like a lot of people are looking at this fundamentally. I'm looking at this technically. So that's the difference. So maybe it'll start pumping because the fundamentals sometimes will outweigh the technicals, right? Sometimes it can happen like that. And then sometimes it can happen vice versa. The technicals can outweigh the fundamentals. But for this time here, I'm going with the technicals. Just everything that I'm seeing is showing a pullback from where we are now, and could be a double bottom type of situation, right? We could bottom out again down here, and then that could be like a double bottom, which is a bullish pattern. So we could, have that happening, and that might be what I'm actually seeing, because when I look at the daily chart, I am seeing the possibility of a pullback. But then again, even if it does pull back, it doesn't necessarily have to be a double bottom, but anything is really possible at this point. But yeah, anyways, this is pretty much all I got for you guys today. Hit the like button, subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section, all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think about this. As always, I'll be back with another video.